Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dan. As all you guys can see, Miss Haley, my granddaughter's in the house. Today we're going to be making a monster chocolate chip cookie that was done by America's Test Cook Kitchen, the Cook's Country, I think it was. So without further ado, Miss Haley's going to get to it. You guys are going to love this cookie. It comes out huge. We're going to cook it in a cast iron skillet. Okay, I'm going to turn this on here. We'll put it on, I don't want it on really high right yet. I'm just trying to melt some butter. So we're going to put it like, I don't know, right about there. Now we'll put it on 3. Okay, now Miss Haley's going to tell us what we're going to do.
All right, so here we have a 10.5 inch, 10
1/4 inch.
10 1/4 inch skillet. Then we have 1 3/4 cup of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 9 teaspoons of butter, tablespoons of butter.
And then we have the one, if you see this one here, that's 3 tablespoons stuck together. We're going to melt the 9 first in the pan, then we're going to add the 3 after to help cool down the butter.
Yeah. Then we have 1 3/4 cup.
That's this 1 3/4. Okay, there's 1 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. This here is half a cup of brown sugar. That's a cup of sugar. This is
2 teaspoons
vanilla
of
extract.
Vanilla.
2 teaspoons of that, and 2 teaspoons of regular salt, table salt.
And 1 egg and a yolk.
That's 2 yolks and 1 egg and
a yolk.
2 egg yolks and 1 egg white. And then here we have the chocolate chips. But don't worry, guys, the ingredients will all be down on the bottom, so don't get paranoid. These are going to be the big mixing bowl. All right, so we're going to get to it. Okay, our pan is warmed up to where we want it. Now Miss Haley's going to start putting in the butter a little bit at a time. The key to this is we don't want it to burn. We just want to melt the butter. Girl. And what we're going to do is once these 9 tablespoons of butter melt, then we're going to take that and put it in a bowl, and we're going to add the other 3 that are still chunked. We haven't chunked them up yet. The other 3 tablespoons, and we're going to add that to the hot butter, and that'll cool the butter down. So we won't start cooking nothing when we mix it all. All right. We don't want to make any noise in the pot, although we could. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a spatula. Now, one thing you can always try to do, it's fun to watch, but it's true. If you put the solid butter into the liquid, it actually melts faster than if you just left it in the pan to melt. And the other thing, the reason we cut these up, not so much for measuring, but when you cut the butter, it's like cutting the cheese, right? It melts better. Smaller pieces, it just melts nice. The bigger the chunk, the slower the melt. All right. So once we get this part done here, we're going to swap. The little girl's already got the other bowl ready. So we're just going to let this cook a little bit till it turns a little golden brown. Right now it's just yellow, so we're just going to cook it a little bit. And we'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've been directed by the powers that be, my Miss Haley over here, that our butter is done. So we're going to take that. Let me get a different. What is that? See, I don't like that rubber thing. It doesn't fit the handle smooth. See, I gotta like to be more control in that. All right, so what we're going to do is take this and pour that into our bowl, and then we're going to take the 3 tablespoons that we kept out, and those are going to go in the hot melted butter. So it'll cool it down a bit because we're going to need that, but we don't want it super hot because it'll start cooking everything as we're trying to mix it. We're going to turn off our burner, and we're going to go. All right. So now, let me get a knife. What is that? Oh, I put it in there. We'll get a butter knife here, and we'll cut these up into 3 sizable chunks here. And we're going to put that into the melted butter. I believe there's a piece of paper on there, Haley. How did we miss that? There's a piece of the paper from the butter wrapper. Okay, so put that in the sink. So what we're going to do is just stir this around. Miss Haley's going to stir this around gently. Don't splash yourself. That's hot. Okay. And we'll zoom in on her while she's mixing that up a little bit. And as you can see, the butter's starting to melt. So give her a couple minutes. She's stirring away. Okay, now Miss Haley's going to mix our some of the dry stuff together here. Wet stuff is the sugar. There goes the white sugar and the brown sugar, and she's going to mix that up a little bit. And what she's using, this is called a Danish dough hook, correct? Very good. And it mixes a lot easier. You guys don't have one of these. We'll show it to you. I'll give you a close-up in a minute, but if you don't have one, you should get one. It makes mixing so much easier. And this is coming from my little girl here who goes to what's it called, home ec or
it was last year in school, but they got rid of that.
Yeah, well, anyway. Okay, so now we're going to add some more ingredients in there, which will be, I guess she wants to do the eggs, so we'll go wait. Yeah, go ahead. I hate doing it that way. I always mix my eggs together. You guys, if you've been watching my videos, I got a thing about that. Okay, go ahead. And there goes our vanilla extract.
And salt.
And we're going to mix that really thoroughly good. Thoroughly good, he said. Thoroughly. Okay, so we got done, or she got done mixing that up. Now we're going with the flour. We're putting the baking soda in there. She's going to mix that in to blend it in. And that's a little trick I do all the time. When I make my dough, if there's certain things I want to mix with the flour, I put them in the cup, but I put that inside the flour so I don't confuse what I'm doing. That's just me because I'm getting old. Okay, now we're going to put some salt in there. Mix that around. Alrighty then. And by the way, we have our oven. Miss Haley turned that on.
375.
375, that's correct. So now we're going to combine the flour with our mix over here, and we're going to mix up the dough for the cookie. Alright, so we're mixing that together a little bit. There you go. Good job. Yeah, do it all. Just put it all in there. We'll just mix it up good. You're the one mixing, not me. I'm not going to get tired. You are. You'll get Popeye muscles or olive oil muscles, I guess, huh? And she's just going to blend that all in together and make a nice little dough to where there's no more white showing. Alright, we'll be back after she gets tired.
Go. Okay,
so now what we got here, we've mixed our dough up to this point. Now we're going to put our butter solution in here. Just pour it all over there. And it's funny because little Miss Haley's like, it's getting kind of thick. Yeah, they didn't put the butter in yet, but yeah, it does. So anyhow, we're going to do this. You can kill that name here. Okay, so what we did, I'm showing Haley how to use the scale. And you don't want to put too many chocolate chips in here. That's the whole thing. Because then more chips will be at the bottom. They have a tendency to get to the bottom. So we're going to try to stick with exactly 6 ounces. And right now we have this set up. We measured, we tared the cup. So anything that goes in here is exactly what we want. Oh, we're halfway there, Miss Haley. Halfway there. How many? Okay, we're exactly at 6. You see that, guys? Oh, we are so good. Okay, so now we're going to take said chocolate chips. And we're going to mix those all in there.
That's a lot of chocolate chips.
That's a lot of chocolate. Wait till you see the size of the cookie. don't know, we'd be better off getting a spatula for this one. Because I'm trying to get the chocolate chips and they keep rolling around, so we'll use the spatula and try to keep them all nice and grouped. So you don't want to put too many in, like I say, because that will just make a lot of the chips stay on the bottom of the pan or go to the bottom of the cookie, and they'll be cooking directly onto the pan, most of them. Okay, I think that's a good mix, huh? All right. So now I'm going to take the, since our oven beeped, we're a little behind schedule, we're going to wipe our pan out with the paper towel, just getting the excess butter out of here. Now, if this is too thick, we'll get us another pan. So I got plenty of those. Okay, so you hear them? All right. So here I'm gonna slide this into our skillet. This is so much fun for me. I mean, for one thing, I get to use a skillet again. I love using my skillets, but I ain't never made a cookie this big in a skillet. Made plenty of cookies, but not in a skillet. Okay, I don't think this is going to be too thick.
It looks good.
It might be too thick. So what we're going to do is we'll take a little bit out. Because I really needed a bigger pan. I just don't want to make it too thick, because then I don't want to burn nothing. So I think this is going to be better to try it like this, huh? Yeah. It's a good thing we wanted her to talk more in this video. I mean, you know. Now this cookie's going to be nice and crunchy or crispy on the outside, and then the inside of it should be a little soft. So that's what we're looking for. We're going to have another little pot here in a minute. And some of the chocolate chips are starting to melt on the edge of the pot because it's warm. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get me another pot, and let's get that one going. Okay, this is my small number 3. Okay, a Birmingham stove and range, BSR for short, and that's what we're going to use to make this cookie. And I think that's going to be perfect.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect size.
I think it's a perfect size. We'll find out though, won't we? Yes, we will. I'm just trying to smooth this out and get it looking even, because you know when they start cooking. Okay. We're going to start checking these about 15 minutes in. I think total time will be 20-25 minutes cooking time. And then after that we have to let them sit and cool down for about a half hour. So I really wanted to make all of it in one pan, but I don't want to make it to where it was too thick and then I messed something up. Okay, so we're going in the oven now.
We're at 375 degrees.
Okay. Let me put this in with this hand, with this on here. At 375, and we're going in for, like I said, we'll check this in 15 minutes or so and let you guys have a progress report. Okay, we're back now, and they're looking good.
Oh man.
But we're going to rotate this about, give or take, 180 degrees. Which is a little bit hot in here, but we're handling it. Handle it, as a TV show used to do that. They used to say that. Handle it. Okay, so now we're in, and we're gonna cook these for about another, I don't know, 7-8 minutes, because we're on a total of 20, but we're gonna check them as soon as the beeper goes off at 15 minutes, which is another 3 minutes. We'll check it and let you know from there. Okay. The timer has beeped, and I think we gotta show people. That looks pretty good, huh?
Time to pull them out.
Time to pull them out. That's what the boss said. So, we used our Birmingham stove and range pan, the little one. And that's looking, whoa, is that looking good. And then this one is my large. And that one is looking dang good. So Haley's going to zoom in over here, show you. We're going to look around the edges of the pans. And as you can see, they got nice and golden brown. This is a little firm to touch, not really hard. This one I think is a little softer, yeah. But it's once it cools down,
it should harden.
It'll harden up, yeah. So we're going to set these off and let them cool down for approximately 30 minutes. And that just depends on Miss Haley, as long as she can wait. And then we're going to give her a scoop of ice cream and she'll do the taste test, all right? All right, guys, we'll be back. Okay, finally, Haley's biting at the bullet, so we're going to try to flip this cookie over. Oh, look at this. Look at that.
Wow.
That's beautiful, huh?
That is.
Okay, that's one. And it had a little sticking on the bottom for one spot, as you can see, is right here. That was chocolate chip stuck. So let's see what this one does. Oh, look at that, huh? There's the top. Let me put this back over here. But ideally, what you want, this recipe called for a 12-inch skillet. Move closer. Can you hear that? Here, that's the top. That's the bottom, huh? Nice. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this little one up for Miss Haley. We're going to give her a scoop of ice cream. She's going to do the taste test today. And we'll meet you at the taste test table. Okay, as you can see, the inside here is nice and moist. Okay? And turned out pretty thick, as you can see that. Huh? And then we got the nice crust on the outside, which everybody already saw. So now we're going to give Miss Haley her taste test time at the table. Okay, there you have it, my friends. Mr. Elmo's excited, looking grinning ear to ear. Ice cream's ready, cookies ready. Miss Haley, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, we'll meet you at the taste test table, guys. Okay, Miss Haley digging in.
It's really good.
Really good, huh?
I recommend ice cream.
So, we like it. If you guys like it, give us a thumbs up. Share with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And when you do, a little notification bell will pop up. And don't forget to wash your hands. Wash your hands. When you're out and about, get your sanitizing spray or the gel. Put it on your hands before you drive away. Don't talk with your mouth full unless, like Miss Haley over here.
Use a mask.
Yeah, we're going to use the mask. We're going to get that. But Miss Haley's going to talk with a mouthful right now because she's stuffing all that cookie in there. Okay, so don't forget, wear the mask, cover up, protect yourself as well as others. And we'll watch Miss Haley here take another bite or two, and then we'll be out. We got things to do. But how do you like that cookie?
Oh, very good.
And that's American Test Kitchen.
It's nice and chewy in the middle.
The Country Cooks Edition. That's where I got this recipe from, and I'll tell you, it works. I happen to have an extra skillet, so that was good for me, but the recipe really called for a 12-inch skillet, cast iron, and it works perfect. The recipe worked just the way they said. 20 minutes tops in the oven. We had one stick on the side. I think that was a chocolate chip that was stuck to the bottom. But outside of that, worked like a charm, tastes delicious. Miss Haley loves it. Elmo likes it. So until next time, my friends, stay hungry. Come back when you are, and we'll give you another delicious recipe just like this. This is Mr. Dan saying we are out.